Good morning, everybody. Deborah with Pinching Pesos here, and we're going to browse for some Bolos this morning. I thought we would work on media storage today. That's a big overlooked area of our thrift stores and garage sales is storage media, because a lot of people think like, well, do people even have CDs anymore? Does anybody even keep DVDs anymore? Everything's streamed, everything's stored online now in the clouds. But I have previously sold VHS wood grain style, storage for the tapes. So we might be surprised. So I thought we would go ahead and go over that this morning. My eyes are still watering. I'm so sleepy. But anyway, let's get going, because I don't want to delay this any further. So let me bring up my eBays, which I don't know why I didn't do before I got started. You would think that would have been agenda number one. All right, let me share the screen and we're going to go over to eBay. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna look up, I guess, CD storage, or CD storage. I think that should work. So you can see the categories that pop up over here are over in consumer electronics. There's media cases and storage, blank VHS, home and garden. I hate sometimes that they have separate categories that are like the same things. So they have home and garden, CD and video storage, and then they also have like media cases and storage over in consumer electronics, but they're the same thing. And then in music, they have music storage and media accessories, which is kind of the same thing. So we'll just keep all of the categories up here and see what we end up with. And I'm going to go ahead, I guess we can just scroll through first and see what's there. I have sold these before, but they were Disc Gear brand, and I don't know if Atlantic Disc is the same thing as Disc Gear brand. The only issue with those is that they're like an awkward size. Those 100 CD storage containers are long and like they don't fit in a proper box. So we have dish storage. We don't want that. So if you are not familiar with searching, you can see we got CD storage up here, but if we don't want any of these dish things to come up, you can put a minus sign or a hyphen, same thing, and put minus dish. Let's take those dish things away. And we also don't need any ice makers, so we're going to minus out the ice. So we went ahead and took those away. So we're not going to see those anymore. You can see it comes up as searching for minus those things. And oh, I didn't even think about like media cabinets. Mission TV. Is that a brand? Because these just look like something that you would see at Salvation Army. Let's see. Is Mission a brand? I don't know anything about furniture. Wonderful Mission Arts and Crafts. It's a type. Okay. So it's not a brand, it's a type. And please excuse my ignorance on furniture. I'm a poor person from poor life, and we lived in the land of particle board. There was a comedian one time that said that you know that you have upgraded your lifestyle when you no longer have any piece of particle board furniture. Like it's all real trees. But okay, so these are all cabinets and stuff. What makes these so special? I need to look up like Mission, like what makes Mission style. We'll have to figure that out. This is obviously a placeholder. They ran out of stock. If you run across things like this that are super, super high, but it's like a multi-quantity listing, you can always tell a placeholder, because the price will be like astronomical. I see some new people, and it's something that you don't want to get caught up in sometimes, because sometimes it's not as obvious. Like sometimes the price is only like $100 more instead of like $1,000 more, and they'll see it. Unfortunately, what this will do is it'll show up in completeds as that it's sold for that price, even though that's not the case. It might have sold for $29.95. It'll still show up sometimes as the higher price. And so if you're not aware of that, some newer resellers might think that their item is worth more money than it is. And it happens on Amazon as well. The price will be, you know, like much, much higher than it should be, because it's a placeholder, meaning that they don't want the listing to go out of stock, they don't want their name to go away or their listing to go away, so they just raise the price until they get some more. So what I was traditionally, like what I was trying to look at here, like here's one here on this, you want a $500 visor storage. What I was trying to look for, even though this is all really interesting with the furniture, was the actual media storage that you find at the thrift store, like the cases and the binders and things like that. Why is this shelf $300, Wayfair? I think we really underestimate the power, like the value of media storage. Oh, this is cool. This looks like a card catalog. If you haven't like been, well, if you were in a library like 20 years ago, this is what we used to look up our books on, so we could check them out at the libraries. Let's go over and look at, I have an auction ending today. I bet you that's what that is. Let's go over and look at what's actually used, which is what you're going to find at the thrift store typically, and what is completed. Because we all know actives are not the same as completeds. I stopped sharing for a minute and I didn't even look at the chat. Mission furniture is a style of furniture that originated in the late 19th century. It traces its origins to a chair made by A.J. Forbes around 1894. There must be like a distinctive style of it. And it would be hard for me, like somebody that doesn't know anything about furniture, to decipher between like what's actually old and what's just new made to look that way. But thank you, Green Pastures, and I forgot to turn off my phone. Okay, so let's get back and look at, I need to wake up. Let's get back and look at the boxes. That's what I'm trying to get to, is the boxes. I lost my screen. Okay. I got my screen now. Okay. So, let's see. So here's some actual CD players, and this is not what I was looking for, but yesterday on the Reseller Stew, April was talking about a CD mega storage or CD multi-disc changer that she had sold that was brand new in the box. This might be it here. Is this April's listing? No, that was like brand new in the box. And I have really bad luck with these things. Every one of them that I've bought, even if I tested it in the store, by the time I got it home, it didn't work. And with electronics are one of the few things that, like, it's savers you can't take back. So you're just stuck with it. But while we're on the topic, we can just look at this one, and I've seen these before, this particular one. So this is a Mega Storage 400 from Sony. That's a 300. That's a 400. So it looks like there's a big jump in price between 300s and 400s. I wonder, no, because, well, that one didn't sell. So I guess I'll just store it back in my memory bank to just kind of try to take a closer look at the 400s, because it looks like it would definitely be worth it if they do work, or even risking it, like risking my, because the reason why I don't like risking it is because they charge like $14.99 and $19.99. I've seen some of these for like $29.99 at Savers and at Goodwill. And, you know, I think a really awesome place to find one of these might be a garage sale, because I would think that they would think that they might not be valued as much. Let's make, this is an awful lot of CDs. Let's make sure we're not stuck over in the, also make sure when you're doing searches, because I noticed this last week when I was looking up the binders, or last weekend, that even though I had only typed in something up here and I did a search and it was in all the categories, there was a lot of listings that came up, and eBay automatically dumbed it down to one specific category. And I couldn't figure out why all I was looking at was some kind of weird, it ended up like bringing down my categories to the trading card category. And so I wasn't seeing any like actual just regular binders. I was only seeing trading card binders. And it was because it had like gotten specific about my category. So always make sure you have your all up whenever you're doing a general search. These are CD players. So let's just look in media cases. I hope this is sharing, because I opened up a new window. I need to see. Okay, it was. All right. So here are some, okay, here's automatic storage library. This is weird looking. Complete and in good working condition CD library USB. You know, I would have totally have confused this with a some type of kitchen appliance. This would be really easy to spot at the store. And that's $125 on the used price. That's for 2 of them. Decall Technology. Here's something very similar to that. This looks like a slide carousel. So that might be really something to look at. These are just CD storage cases. Look at these. So here's 4 Myrtleine CD leather carrying cases. So it's 240 discs. So I bet you that's what, 80 a piece. Which these are 80 a piece. I don't think they're 240 a piece. They look pretty small. That's pretty good. $89 for storage cases. You see storage cases at the store all the time. Here's Case Logic. These ones look like little lunch bags. Like, this looks like something that you would see over in the lunch department. They got $75 for these? Wow. Are we passing up stuff like this? I know I am all the time. They have a closet smell. What does your closet smell like? My closet smells like laundry, like clothes. I have a closet smell. That's good. Okay. Bet you they have a garage smell is what they have. Okay, here's some other Case Logic storage binders. You know, I really think that this is something that we could go out today and totally find. I really should follow up these Bolo videos with actual like store ventures. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that that's a good idea to like when I do these Bolo videos, like browsing for Bolos where we're learning what to buy, if I followed it up later that day with like a store trip to like try to go find something similar. Or maybe, oh, you know what would be better is if I just take the ones that we did for the week. So even if it's 1 or 3, you know, however many of these videos I make in a week, and then do one follow-up at the end where we go look for knife blocks and CD binders and whatever else I talk about this week. And then that would be better. And then just do it all together and do like a follow-up and see what we actually find at the store. Okay, now this is a Bolo I already knew about, and I keep it in the back of my mind. It's something that when I very first started reselling as a business venture, Napa Valley cassette shelves were something that was on my Bolo list. These are wood shelves. You can always identify them. They have this Napa Valley Box Company stamp. It's actually kind of like stamped into the wood. So it's like it got embossed. I have purchased and sold, I think 2 or 3, maybe 3 over the years. I haven't seen very many. They're definitely something that you can find over in the wood section. And the last couple that I bought, or the only couple that I bought, I believe one of them I paid up for quite a bit. I believe I paid like $9.99 for it. And then the other one was much more reasonable in that I think that the pricing person just didn't know what it was, because it kind of looks like a small trinket box. It's like, what would you store in there? Especially since like storing cassettes, because it is a cassette holder. So the way that the little slots are, you're like, what would you store in there if you were really like unfamiliar with the idea of cassette storage? Looking at them, you're like, well, it's not really like a trinket box, so what would you store in it? And but they generally sell for about $50. We can actually look up Napa Valley storage. But all these little crates, I've had these. I've sold these before. These little wood crates. These are for CDs and DVDs. I've sold those before. I paid $2.99 for them. And they're really easy to identify. You can't confuse them with like IKEA or Michael's boxes or Hobby Lobby boxes, because fortunately they do put that stamp on the side. I don't know if it's I think it's burnt into the wood maybe. I keep saying stamp, but whatever, you get my point. So let's look at completeds on these real quick, so that way you can get an idea, so you know kind of what's worth picking up and what's not. You can see this 100 cassette storage rack from the Napa Valley. I sold one of these. I had one of these big boys. The thing that makes me nervous about these, I was really nervous about shipping it. These little wood slats are super thin. And so if you don't package it properly and you like try to put it in a thin box, the odds of another box hitting your box and possibly damaging those little wood slats is pretty high. Because they're not very thick at all. Those little, they're like a popsicle stick thickness on the thing. So pretty consistently we're looking at $50. I'm sure you guys have seen these before. These little racks with the poles in them. Or these, the little sliders. I always thought these were shoe racks. Every time I saw them at the store, I thought it was like a shoe rack. And I'm like, why do you need a shoe rack that only holds like 3 pairs of shoes? Three shoes on a rack. But yeah, so this is definitely something you can look in the, and there are in the wood department from at my stores, but pretty consistent on pricing. So definitely keep an eye out for those if you were not aware of the Napa Valley. Let me run and look at the chat real quick. Just people I know running their mouths. Yeah, just people running their mouths. I love you guys, though. You're my people. You're my people, man. My daughter does that all the time, I guess. She plays basketball. She does that little, like, chest pound. I can't, my eyes. Can't get my share back. Okay. We have a share now. Sharing is caring, guys. Sharing is caring. Okay. So we don't need to look at those anymore. And we have talked about the Napa Valley storage. I did on the last Bola video for the knife blocks, I did make a small Google Doc that just had the brands that we went over, and also a couple of them that I found whenever I went back to get the links for those. I found a couple other brands to look out for. Bonus brands. Got bonus deals. What happened to my tab that was just storage boxes? All right, here we go. Here's plastic cases. Look at plastic cases. I got all sidetracked with the Napa Valley. This is a CD holder. This would not trigger in my head that this was a CD or a media rack. Inside rack is made with hard vinyl. Somebody make this, because I wouldn't have triggered out that this was a media rack if I saw this at the store. Hand painted. Huh. So I wonder, was it made that way, or was it painted after the fact? You bid a vintage wood CD storage. No, I'm not bid. I not bid on that. $52 though. That's pretty good. Maybe I need to start opening up all those little storage, those wood boxes that you see at the thrift store, and open them up and see if they're actual media storage. It's entirely possible. Here's some plastic ones. And I know you've seen these at the store before. This is Laser Line brand. I wonder if the price is specific for that brand, because this is just plastic storage. Good condition, no cracks. I don't want to go to the old bridge in New Jersey. It's a scary place. Let's see. So we got Laser Line plastic. We have to look at the plastic and see if that's... This is Laser Line 2. So that might be something that we need to look for, because I know these are cheap. It can't be any more than $1.99 at the store. Because, like I said, the value of a CD storage is like none when it comes to the thrift store. That definitely isn't an area that they overcharge in. Maybe I should shut up so they, in case Goodwill's watching my videos. Shh. Don't listen, Goodwill. Yeah, this is definitely something that would be like $1.99. Laser line. Okay. So still don't know if it's just that brand or not. Here's more laser line. 30 bucks. Sure is an awful lot for shipping on these. The other one was a lot of shipping too. Hang on. I need to cough. And I can't find my mute button. Sorry, I had to unshare because I couldn't get to my window. Open up the window. Let in the Bolos. Okay. Vintage laser line. Here's more laser line. This one's a carousel. So this one is one that turns around. I bet you we can find some of these at the store, guys. We totally need to go. We need to go on a mission. We need to go on a CD storage finding mission. Dun dun dun. Finding Bolos. Dun dun dun. See, here's another carrying case. 40 bucks. All right, that's it. Show's over. We're going to Goodwill. Let's go. Okay, I keep seeing these selector ones. I only see round selector ones when I'm at the store. I've never seen these wood ones. Maybe I'm confusing them with something else because they look awful vintagey. Maybe I thought they were a calendar. Do you guys remember those old calendars? They had the little slider on them. Or is that just me? Or did I just make up that product and it didn't really exist? I think it did. I remember a calendar with a slider thingy. I thought that said imitation. It says emation or imation. So here's some more Napa Valley, more Napa Valley. Here's some more disc gear. And disc gear can be so hit or miss. Really, if you're going to pick up a disc gear, it's only worth picking up if it's cheap and it's the 100 disc holder. Because like anything less than the 100 and you're going to have a hard time selling it. And here's more Case Logic bags. $39.99. Look at that, pretty consistent. See, this guy's got the game on the Case Logic. Look at him. And this is the same person. 1, 2, 3, 4. All sold. Is this guy's name like mediastorage.com? Down South Treasures. It's one of those H-Town boys. Let's see. All right, Tanya, you got some competition over in Houston on the Case Logics. What does this guy sell? Oh, it sells a little bit of everything. Nice store, fella. Or lady. I do my pictures like that too. Stop copying me. Because I'm the only person in the world that does that. Oh, there's a picture of Elvis Presley and his weigh-in. I wonder if that's probably a replica. Okay, we're getting off track. See, this is what happens. That's a rabbit hole. All right, let's go back. But he's doing really good on the Case Logic. So this person knew what's up. Like, they knew to buy them. Because nobody just goes and picks up, like, 6 carrying cases. What is going on with my phone? Okay, sorry. I was trying to make sure it wasn't somebody texting me going, your screen isn't showing, your screen is not on. I appreciate people that do that for me. Because I have no idea what's happening over on the YouTube side. All right, so we're still looking at these. See, we can go find these. Okay, I'm going to write down Case Logic because I need to go back and look at the actives. and see what actives are looking like. Don't ever just look at completeds only. Make sure you go look at the actives, and that there aren't like 100 of them, or 1,000 of them just sitting there, and these are the only like 40 that sold. Ooh, that was an auction loss. Oh, that's only a 42, but still, $9.99. That wasn't a good auction result. I have a bunch of auctions ending today. I went and let's look at these, and put a whole lot, I think it was 150 items on auction. These are the wood grain containers that I'm talking about, and you see these at the store quite a bit. This one's not even a super big one. This is a CD one, which is a lot smaller than the VHS ones. $22.99. I typically see these priced at the store at $2.99. So you can see these storage, $19.99 plus shipping. They're gonna be a longer tail item, but they're definitely, you know, if you're short on things to buy, those wood grain storages are at the thrift store all the time. So now we're coming down in our price range of $30 range, including shipping. So these are going to be $30 free shipping or less than $30 plus shipping. And here's all our little wood grain guys. And you can see the price on Dislogic really goes down when you get under 100. Even the 80's not bringing in very much. See, 80, $17.99. It's quite a drop in price between 100 and 80 and 50. And wow, who would have thought that would have sold for 21 bucks? CD wallet. And here's more laser line storage. Okay, so now we're getting into the really kind of like lower dollar. Here's a plastic carousel spinner, all laser line. So let's go look at actives and see what's going on in active land. And look at these. These are just those little pocket ones. They have like if you can find these for a quarter at the garage sale, that would be a decent little lot to put together. Like if you could talk somebody into selling you all of them for $1 and then you sell them for $24.99, that wouldn't be bad. All right, so we're looking at actives here. So there's 338 actives, and this is down into the media storage. And we need to go look at the home area and make sure. But here's more of those vintage containers. Here's the CD carousel dealie. Can't imagine anybody having this hooked up to their computer. Like we don't have enough stuff around our desk. But it totally just looks like a slide carousel to me. So these are actives. So not a whole lot of actives, and it's all the same kind of stuff. So Napa Valley, Case Logic, and Laser Line, and Disc Gear. So it seems to be kind of like the trend on brands. I want to go to the store. I want to go to the store and find these right now, today. Like just because it's fresh in my head. All right, let's look over in the home and garden section on the CD storage. Look at that little shelving unit. That's cute. This looks like this would fall over and kill a kid. Like, just fall over. Why would you have that? How many times would you hit that when you came around the corner? Definitely something that needs to be mounted to the wall. All right, let's look at completeds, because these are going to be more of the wood type, I believe. And let's look at sods. Well, that's an interesting CD rack. I love it when they say it's like vintage CD rack, like it's from 1892 or something. I know that's not what they mean, but I just think it's funny. Oh, look at these ones. Bolts 300, 600 rack. What do these look like? Let's keep an eye out for these. Well, this is just like a plain looking rack thing. How do you know it's bolts? Just the way it looks? I don't see any. We need to look up CD towers as well. I think that that's an area that is neglected. So we'll have to see if they're worth anything. Yeah, I think it's this design. I don't see a marking on it anywhere. Oh, that's cool. That one's shaped like a guitar. So here's just some more storage racks. I mean, storage drawers. Metal storage rack. Here's IKEA racks. Let's look at these. 30 bucks? Really? I can't even tell how those would work. How do you store things on those racks? Lerberg. Oh, they go horizontally. Okay, so you would hang them on the wall horizontally, and god dang it, and then these little hole thingies go into the wall, and then you would just like put your CDs in there, and if it wasn't completely full, then they were just gonna fall over. Interesting. I would never, like, if I saw these at the store, I wouldn't have been able to identify what those were. That they were CD racks. I remember I bought something, it was labeled container store, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out what the heck it was for. Like what was doing, like it was some kind of rack thing, but I couldn't figure out how it would like hang up, and B, I couldn't figure out what it would store. Yeah, look, discontinued Lorberg wall mount CD rack. So we'll have to keep an eye out for those too, because I don't know if the store would even know what those were. I mean, they might obviously be smarter than I am and just know off top that, oh, that's a CD storage. I wouldn't have figured it out. See, here's another. This is a Kasich. I didn't think that these were worth anything. More IKEA racks. And here's a CD storage rack. Okay, we got to look up towers now. I must know. I am curious. CD tower. All right, let's go. Am I in a weird? Yeah. All right, CD tower. Let's go used. And it's going to bring up computers. Let's get out of computer land. How do I'm trying to think of what I need to do to get rid of that. Let's take out Windows. Minus Windows. That helps some. What else can we take out? I don't know. Let's see. Minus burner. Oh, that didn't help. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're down here. So here's the storage. This is a revolving spinning one. Here's another spinning one. We're looking at $30 plus shipping. Look at the shipping on those guys. $47. And that's something else. Here's a metal one, $49 on shipping. And it's not really on weight, it's the dimensions of it that get you. If it's big. These are not the CD towers I was looking for. I was looking for these kinds. Kind of like doesn't make it worth it with the shipping charge like that. $34 for this guy. Absolutely stunning and very rare. Okay. What makes it very rare? It doesn't look very rare to me, and I don't know, the word stunning is a bit much. Okay, CD storage wire tower. Try that. Hey, look, those are the keywords we're looking for. These are just stunning. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. They're so stunning. All right, let's look at completeds. Oh man, we've been live for 45 minutes. I need to stop. It's the thing when you're doing like research like this, you can kind of just keep going on forever, and that's not really necessary, is it? Like 3 hours later, is Deborah still talking about CD storages? Because she's been talking about it since 8 o'clock this morning, and it's like noon. So we're looking $30 on those. That's really big. Or maybe it just looks big and it's really not. But for free shipping, that doesn't look like it's worth my time. I think I'm going to say I'm staying away from wire racks. Unless I find one that's stunning, I'm not going to get any wire racks. All right, so let's go look at the chat, because I've been scrolling through here for what seems like a lifetime. Going off the rails on a Bolo train. Let's see. Those CD duplicators are worth money. I don't know anything about CD duplicators. I wouldn't know. While we're here, duplicator. You know, I guess that would be easy to identify here. Because they look like little computer towers with multiple disk drives. So I guess if you saw something with more than one disk drive, then it might be worth looking at, you know. So that would be an easy way to identify them, I guess, right? Because they're all just, they're going to have multiple drives. So you could kind of look over in the electronics department and find little towers with these little drive dealies. The drive dealies is the official term for it. I don't know, you guys might call them, you know, something else, but I call them drive dealies. Okay. So we can keep an eye out for those over in the electronics department. So I guess we're gonna close out for the day. I don't want to. I guess I really wanted to make these like 20 to 30 minutes long, but I think 45 minutes is kind of the going on these. Let's see. Let me scroll up and check the chat and make sure. Oh, good morning, Kelly. Kelly, I'm sure you have seen in the comments of some reseller videos, and I'm sure other videos too, but Kelly leaves the nicest messages. It was so encouraging. I like your new storage organization boxes. I like them too. I wanted something that was not plastic containers because those just ruined my life. All right, so I guess we're gonna close out for the day, but I'd really like to leave right now and like go to the store and see if I can find some of these things, but I don't need to buy anything right now. I don't need to buy anything. I'm all stocked up. We are stocked up on stuff here. I've been doing a lot of RA recently because I'm just I talked about it yesterday, I think, on the show. I can never remember if I talk about something like on the show or if I talk about it like when we're just kind of chatting after the show. But I'm reevaluating my business. And I know I do that all the time. I think if you're not, then either A, you're really successful in what you're doing, or B, you've stagnated. It's like two ends of the spectrum. And so I'm reevaluating in that I made a statement to Nicole last night when we were chatting that I'm trying to work smarter because I want to have time to be a better person, not a better lister. That makes sense. Like, I don't want to work on being a better lister. Yeah, I want to list, but I don't want to work on like, I'm going to get to pumping out 100 listings a day. I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. That's not the life that I want to live. So I want to be able to work smarter, not necessarily harder. And I want to, have time to enjoy my life. I don't want my headstone to say like, she was really good at listing things. People are at my eulogy like, she was good at the eBay. She did eBay like the best of them. I don't want to do that. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being in constant hustle mode. I personally just don't want to always have it in my mind like, I should be listing, I should be in my office listing. No, I should be enjoying myself, and when I have some extra time to do things, and I'm not saying enjoy myself like let me go spend all the money, but I should be able to enjoy myself and just relax or go sit in the living room or go have coffee somewhere or go somewhere else without it always being about reselling. So that's what I'm working on. So I've been doing a lot of RA to just compensate for the lack of listing that I've been doing on eBay. And I've been doing really well. I hit $6,500 for my 30-day on Amazon. My eBay looks like really sad. eBay's like, come back to me. I'm so lonely. Yeah, I hit $6,500 on Amazon for my 30-day, and my eBay's at like 1,700. So yeah, but you know what? As long as I'm doing something that's making money, that's all that really matters. And whether if it's on eBay or Amazon, or if I start making shirts, or if I start crocheting baby booties, or whatever it is that I'm doing, as long as I'm making money, it doesn't really matter. So, but anyway, that's what we're gonna, I guess, just go ahead and close out for the day. Thank you for joining me early this morning to talk about CD storages. I'm gonna find me some cases. I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna find some. But anyway, thank you guys for coming and sharing the morning with me. Love yous. Hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.